Greetings, family, and welcome to another edition of KSOL Black Talk Radio, the new black media. This video is about workers who allege racism at a Harley-Davidson plant in Missouri. So, as I get into this video are for those of you who happen to be black, or any other color for that matter, but especially if you're black in America and you own a Harley-Davidson. Just think about what type of company that you support as I go through this video. So without further ado, let's get started. So family, black employees at Harley-Davidson plant in Kansas City have been subjected to years of harassment and discrimination, including having swastikas and nooses posted in the plant, frequent racial epithets, and at least one assault, several employees said at a news conference organized by the NAACP Kansas City on Friday. Quote, "All the time I worked there, it's been there. It's just ridiculous," said Emmanuel Matthews Sr., who worked at the plant for more than 2 years. "This is 2019. This stuff has to stop. Something needs to be done." Well, Matthews and other employees who spoke at the news conference work for Syncreon US Inc., an affiliate of Syncreon, which supplies contract workers to the Harley-Davidson plant. But they said the harassment was directed at all black employees. Matthews said he was assaulted by another worker at the plant but declined to discuss the details. Harley-Davidson said in a statement that it does not tolerate any form of harassment or discrimination and actively enforces its code of conduct and anti-harassment policy, along with well-established processes for employees to report concerns. Complaints that we were aware of were thoroughly investigated and action was taken based on the findings, the statement reads. As appropriate, we also referred incidents and complaints to third-party employers who share our factory. Oswald Reed, president and CEO of Syncreon US, said in a statement Friday that the company doesn't tolerate any of the alleged actions. He said the company provides many avenues to report harassment or discrimination, including a confidential ethics line. No complaints of racially discriminatory behavior have been reported to that line in the last 2 years, Reed said. Employees said the harassment has happened for years, but has intensified as the plant's closing approaches. They said they have seen graffiti telling black employees to die or to go back to Africa. The workers said when swastikas or racial epithets were reported, the images were sometimes left for days before being covered with spackle. They alleged management would say the incidents were being investigated, but nothing ever happened, and the perpetrators were rarely punished. Rochelle Anthony, who was a union representative for the steelworkers at the plant for nearly 3 years before she was fired, said she ran into constant roadblocks when she tried to file grievances and could never get a straight answer or feedback when she asked about her complaints. So you see, just like most white-owned and operated companies around the United Snakes of America, they always say the same thing. They use the textbook excuse that they have policies that they fall by, and that they have a code of ethics that they operate by, and that they are anti-racism and all this and that. They cover themselves using words that will cover them legally, but in action, it's always a different story. There's never accountability, and it takes black people forever to get justice and or compensated when wrongfully done. This is how it always is. This is not right. This is why reparations is a must, because of reasons like this. This is what black Americans have to go through. But I digress. She says, I tried, she said. I felt like I was fighting by myself. I couldn't help them. It's getting worse. We need help. So Steve Nelson, general manager at the Kansas City plant, sent a letter to Harley-Davidson employees Thursday saying the company wanted to reassure them that the company is taking all necessary steps to enforce its policies. He said harassment of any kind cannot and will not be tolerated at Harley-Davidson. The letter included details of the company's policies for reporting and investigating complaints. Family, the Reverend Rodney Williams, president of NAACP Kansas City, said the national NAACP plans to ask Harley-Davidson to launch an investigation at all of its plants to determine if discrimination is part of the company's culture or is isolated to Kansas City. Quote, whether it is closing or not, this is not acceptable, Williams said in an interview. Quote, we need to send a message that this is not acceptable anywhere. Many employees came to us to complain, so we felt it was our duty to give them a platform that they might be heard. So, in the end, I believe that the black employees at this Harley-Davidson, Missouri plant, whether the plant is closing or not, they should file a class action lawsuit against the company, and they should go all the way with it, obtain some good lawyers, and file a class action lawsuit. These are the times that it's a must that we demand accountability for this country's ills against the people who actually were here before they were, and the people who actually built this country to make it what she is today. This is what we should be demanding. This is Guru at KSOL Black Talk Radio, the new black media. Hoping you like and share, and hoping you subscribe. Peace out.